Shavua Tov. So today, Bezrat Hashem, we shall study Perek Lamed Bet, Perek Lev, chapter 32 of Tanya. It talks about Ahavat Israel. By means of acting upon the counsel that was mentioned above. To view the body of a person with scorn and contempt, disgust, right? That means the body without the soul, to view it with scorn and contempt. Rak simchato, and his simcha, his joy should only be simchat nefesh levada, from joy of the soul itself alone. Only soulful joy. From Torah and mitzvot, acts of kindness, etc., from my humble understanding. This is a straight and easy path, way to come to the fulfillment of the mitzvah of ve'ahavta lereacha kamocha, to love your fellow as yourself. L'chol nefesh miYisrael, regarding every Jew, megadol ve'ad katan, both great and small in spiritual stature. Since his body, without the soul, again, is despised and mitoav by him, loathsome, he won't love himself because of his body more than he loves his fellow. Because his body has a certain characteristic, he won't love his body more than his fellow. And since we don't know the greatness of another person in their root and their source in the living God, you see another person before you, people are quick to judge, to say how spiritual that person is. We don't know. Every person, the person may have come from a very high spiritual state in origin. And besides the fact, why should you love your fellow? Because we all have one Father. That's why all the Jewish people are called brothers, brethren, due to the source, the root of their nefesh, of their soul in one God. It's only, the distinction is only in the bodies. The bodies look different. We all come from one source, one root. And therefore those who make their body as fundamental, as of primary importance, and their soul of secondary importance, of lesser importance, tefillah, it's impossible for there to be true love and fraternity, achava, another word for love, similar to love. There won't be true love between one another. A person who regards his body as primary, of primary importance, and gives secondary importance to his soul, to spirituality, to God, obviously, will only love another person because of tluya b'davar. He's dependent upon something. In other words, he's going to love his doctor because his doctor is going to help him. He's going to not love another person because he's going to get a favor from that person in the future. But someone who he knows for certain he'll never get anything out of that person will not help him in any manner, that person he won't love. And why does a person come to a superficial love for his fellow? Because his love is based upon a bodily love, not necessarily a bodily love, but even a love that is dependent upon certain factors, but not a true love, due to the fact that we all come from the living God. This is the whole Torah, and the rest is but commentary. Because the yesod, the basis and the root of the whole Torah, is to elevate right, to bring up hanefesh al guf, the soul upon the body, mala mala, very high, until the ikar, the source, the root, fundamental, the root of all the metaphysical worlds, source and root of all worlds. And also to draw down the light of Ein Sof, God's infinite light, Baruch Hu b'Knesset Yisrael, into the congregation of Israel, community of Israel. That means in the source of the souls of all Israel, to be one, that God should be one with us. And not when there is separation between chas v'shalom in the neshamot, between the Jewish people. That God does not dwell in a place that is defective, with disunity. That means the connotation of that is disunity. We say this in Sim Shalom thrice daily, Shachrit Mincha and Arvit. Bless us all, bless us, Father, all of us, as one, in the light of your countenance. As was explained elsewhere at length. And that's what is stated in the Gemara. If someone sees his friend sinning, he should hate him. We should also say to his Rav, his rabbi, that he should hate him. This is regarding his fellow in Torah mitzvot, the same level. And he's already reprimanded the person, he's already told him to stop, and with love, obviously, and still nothing has helped. The nation of the people that are with you in Torah mitzvot is on par with you in Torah mitzvot, same level. Nevertheless, he did not return from his sin, as stated in Sefer Charedim. A person who is not his friend, so he's not close to him. Regarding such a person, be from the students of Aaron, HaKohen, Ohev Shalom, loves peace, pursues peace, and loving creatures, right? Right? And he loves the creations, the creatures, and draws them to the Torah. Even those who are far from the Torah of God, and His service, and therefore they're called creatures, since they're far from the Torah of God and His service. Still, we need to draw them near with these strong cords of love. Chevel is a rope. That's what I was thinking which word to use. But strong ropes, cords of love. And with all this, and perhaps he will be able to bring them close to the Torah, to the Torah, and to the service of God. And if he hasn't succeeded, he hasn't forfeited the merit of the mitzvah of Ahavat Yisrael, because he's made his efforts. Even those who are close to him, and he's given them tochecha, which is reprimand. He's told them off, in other words, with love. And they haven't repented yet, and they're still sinning. And he fulfilled the mitzvah of rebuke, to tell them to stop sinning, and still they're sinning. What does it mean you're allowed to hate them? Mitzvah le'ovam gamken, you have to love them too. Both are true. Hate what? Hate the bad in them, the evil in them, the evil actions. Ve'ahava, and love, ahava mitzad bechinat atov, due to the level of goodness, haganus shabem, that is hidden within them. Which is the spark of godliness, that is within them, which enlivens, gives life to them, vivifies their godly soul. And also to arouse mercy in his heart, aleha, ki bivchinat galut, because it's a godly soul. And also to arouse mercy in his heart, alea ki bivchinat galut, because it is on the level of galut, betoch hara, in the evil, misitra achra, from the evil side, hagover alea berashaim, which is by people who are very wicked. The sitra achra is overcoming, that overcomes them. Rachmanut, by having compassion, mevateret asina, that will nullify the hate, umeoreret ahava ha'ahava, and that will awaken the love. Kanodam mimashikatuv liYaakov, as it's stated, for the Yaakov asher padat Avraham, that he's redeemed Yaakov, Jacob who redeemed Abraham. לא אמר דוד המלך עליו השלום תכלית שנאה שנאתים, כלומר אלא למינים הפרוסים. And even King David, he said, I hate them with a consummate hatred. This is for us only to Jewish heretics and atheists. I have no part in the God of Israel. Obviously today there's no atheists, as we all know, atheists in a foxhole, they're not well-versed people who will speak against belief in God. So the point is, we've just learnt a beautiful chapter very hastily because I don't want to take too much of your time. But now we can all, if we give primary importance, and importance solely, only to the soul, to God, to spirituality, to meaningfulness, then we won't start hating people. If someone has done us bad, we're going to hate those actions. But there's a soul in every person. There's a soul. Everything is created by God. Can we hate the godliness in a person? Obviously not. So let's try to love, and as Rabbi Avram Levitansky, Olav Shalom, emphasized, all we have to do is give love, love, and more love. That's the only way. And that's what he did in Simcha Monica in California. He would give love to people, non-judgmental love, selfless love. This is what the Rebbe taught us. Baruch Hashem, that we merited to be taught this and to internalize this message and to do things altruistically and sincerely to love our fellow. And please God, Bezrat Hashem, this week will be a week with good news, good tidings for all of Am Yisrael, Klal Yisrael, with a Geula Mitit V'Ashleima Tech V'Miyat Mamash.